How fixated do you get on, having the best thumbnail? How fixated do you get on having the best retention editing? How fixated do you get on, having the best SEO in your description, or, making sure that your animations are on point? How much do you hold yourself accountable to that? And when you don't get good results on your videos, how do you feel? Do you feel ashamed? Do you feel disappointed, distraught, maybe demotivated, which, ultimately in time makes you quit? Well, in today's video, to kind of take off that burden off your shoulders, I just want to let you know that it isn't your fault. It isn't entirely your fault whatsoever. Now, don't mind me, I'm on my break, and I just figured, why not record this video? I had it, on my mind for a couple weeks, days now, and it's about controlling the outcome. Getting, a viral video, getting a viral short, doing the best editing you can, having the best hook, all this stuff that we do in order to try and get this golden, North Star in the, YouTube space, which is, lots of likes, lots of comments, lots of subscribers, lots of interaction, and just lots of engagement that would boost your channel, for its future videos and, kind of snowball, gain momentum. And let's just start from the very beginning, the inputs. So let's think about the YouTube making process as a content creator, as an influencer, as a YouTuber. Well, first, obviously it starts with you. You have an idea in your head. You pick up the camera, you pick up the phone, whatever you use to record, and you hit record. You record the idea, you get the footage, and then you obviously import it to your computer, edit it up, chop it up, put some B-roll, put some footage, grade everything, level the audio, whatever it is until you get that final product, and then you upload it to YouTube. And after that, you write your titles, you do your thumbnails on, Canva, Photoshop, whatever you use. You do your description, you make it look nice and clean, nice and pretty. You might put it to a playlist, kind of like I do. I have a couple playlists on my channel. Whenever I upload, I always link it to the channel. Maybe I want to slap a link in my video. Maybe I want to put, 2 more videos at the end of my video to get my viewers to watch something else or watch more of my content, and then we upload. But then we just kind of let it do its thing. We let time do its thing, and that's when the algorithm comes in. We're all very well aware of the YouTube algorithm. No one knows the answer to it. Absolutely no one. But we know that it acts on its own. And so through time with your video, you're going to get impressions, you're going to get some views, you're going to start getting some analytics rolling in, your CTR, your view count, your likes, your comments, etc. And then, you look at that analytics and you judge from that your performance. And so the inputs I just described are 2 people, right? First one's you record all the content and edit the content and upload the content. And the second one is the algorithm. And so we can agree that, the outcome is a culmination of your efforts, your efforts to recording and editing, and publishing the content in the correct and, best format that you can make it, but also the algorithm, which is kind of like this machine that just funnels your video, pushes it to people, and kind of hopes for the best, that people click on it, people respond, people engage with it, and it's pushed to more people. But here is where the problem comes. When people put a lot of effort into a video, they think this video, they're optimistic about this video. They think it's gonna get some pretty good views, some pretty good impressions from new viewers, and re-engage maybe their older audience. And it flops. And guess what? Maybe you would end up doing. Have you not already blamed yourself for it? Have you not already, made yourself 100% accountable for all of the results? Have you said that this final outcome is all your fault and that it flopped because you did something wrong with the thumbnail, you did something wrong with the SEO? I just want to ask you something. Can you control the view count? Can you control whether a person watching the video to subscribe or like or comment, whatever it is? Can you decide? Can you read their minds? Can you read what the algorithm is going to do? Can you predict how the algorithm is going to react to your video? Can you predict how many impressions you have after 24 hours? Can you predict the view count to the T? Can you predict the retention rate to the T? Can you predict the average view duration? Can you predict the CTR to the exact percentage? Can you predict how it's going to even do in 5 years, 10 years? Or your answer to all of those would probably be no. And what I'm trying to say from these very obvious questions is that you don't know. You can't control it. You can guess and estimate, but your expectations usually will let you down. And that's why you get so demotivated. That's why you have these slumps. That's why you have maybe burnouts. That's why maybe you've quit YouTube before. Maybe that's why you felt, oh, this didn't do good. And then you start beating yourself up for it. Now, remember what we said at the start of the video, where there's two people in the inputs, which is the algorithm and you. But yet, when we always get to the outcome and we look at the analytics, we look at how good the video performs, the video's performance, why do we blame it all on us when, as I said before, there's an algorithm. After you upload the video, the algorithm will decide how much it's going to push to an audience for impressions. Yeah, how it's going to react to your video, how it's going to perceive your thumbnail. But you don't actually know how it thinks. Can you tell me how it thinks at all? Can you tell me exactly what it's going to do? And obviously, with the questions I gave you, you probably don't. You don't know how many impressions it's going to get after 24 hours, 10 years, 5 years, 2 months, 63 days, etc. You can't predict any of these things. They just come, the data's there, and you then would blame yourself for it. You'll blame yourself entirely for it when we can't predict what the algorithm does. The YouTube algorithm kind of moves on its own, right? You can't predict it. It's not you, and it's the other part of the pie that kind of does its own thing, right? And that you kind of just gotta let it do its thing, push the impression, recommend it to more people if these people engage, and etc., etc. But even the algorithm, you think the algorithm knows whether this person is going to react like this? And no, it comes off the base inputs of the audience. Yet again, do you think the algorithm can predict that? It just kind of reacts to it. So what I'm trying to say is that you can't control the outcome. You can't control 100% of the outcome. You can't fucking predict it. So why are you blaming yourself for the entire process of the video? Your input, you, does not make 100% of the outcome. Because yet again, when we make the video, we make it look nice and we can do whatever we want to it, right? At the end of the day, we hand it off to someone else. That's the algorithm. And they can do whatever they want. Most of the times, with small channels like us, we don't get pushed too much, right? It's usually the top YouTubers who already kind of have an open window that the algorithm kind of favors, and there's a little bit of a bias, but all to anything, it's proportionate. So please, for the sake of your own peace, for the sake of your own peace of mind, and for the sake of you wanting to achieve whatever goals and visions you have for your channel, please stop blaming yourself for everything that happens, whether your video flops or it goes viral, right? There's always, whether you like it or not, there's always an air of luck. There's always an air of, the right timing, this and that, the right timing of the YouTube platform, the right timing of the content you post, and that coming together. The right timing of the algorithm prefers your thumbnail one day, chooses to opt for that instead and push that to a little bit more people. And maybe it goes viral, maybe it does a little bit better than your average video. maybe it does just average. But the whole point is it's its own person. And so that's what YouTube is. YouTube is a two-player game between you, who runs a channel, and the algorithm. You both play your part. The video is up to you, but at the end of the day, yet again, you kind of hand the bat off to the algorithm to kind of complete the race. And however that goes, there's almost very little you can do about it at that point. You can do some A/B testing. I know there's a new feature for that. You can, change the thumbnails, change the titles. You can optimize the description, and do all this stuff. But the video remains the same. And if you want to change a video, you're gonna have to upload a new video. You're gonna have to record and edit a new video. The algorithm has its part to play, and that there is always an air of probability, and there's always an air of luck. And so, just to kind of wrap it up, it's not your fault that your videos flop, that your videos underperform, that you get disappointed, and that you sometimes feel demotivated, and sometimes you question why are you doing YouTube in the first place. And so the things I want to give you today is just to detach yourself from an outcome that you are not 100% liable for, that you are not 100% accountable for. Yes, you can make a better thumbnail. Yes, you can do better SEO. Yes, you can do a better description. Yes, you can do better editing, improve your editing, get a better camera, etc. All this shit, right? All this fucking shit that we kind of just said. At the end of the day, you can do as much as you want, but the algorithm will choose whether it will push this to more people. Yes, you can make your videos better and it will improve, but at the end of the day, who pushes the content? Who? It's the algorithm. It pushes the content, chooses its audience, and the audience then will choose, whether they prefer that or not, whether they want to click on that, whether you're appealing enough to do that, whether does the duration work for me, etc. And so just to kind of finish it off, some people would say, oh, why does then Mr. Beast, someone like Mr. Beast, a really, really big known, YouTuber, why does he get hundreds of millions of views per video? How does he do that? How do some channels so consistently get, 1 million views, 100K views, amazing CTR, amazing, average view duration, etc. All this stuff, and they get these great metrics. It's because they have longevity in the game. The YouTubers you've probably been watching have been doing it for years, posting hundreds of videos. Some of the people that I genuinely subscribe to and that I learn from for business, for this and that, they've been in the game for years. They've been posting videos for years, improving on their craft, building up an audience, building up engagement, building up traction, right? And it's hard to see that when we start out as beginners, as smaller channels, and we think that we need to get this metric and this quota and meet this level, when I personally think that you just need to detach yourself from the outcome. You don't have that much data on you right now to be able to determine what your engagement, your expectations would be. Leave that for when you're a lot bigger, right? And growth is expected. You make your income from your channel and you need to keep growing, etc. Maybe then you can start worrying about it. But right now, you're a beginner channel. You're a small channel. You don't have that much traction on you. You don't have that much longevity. Even for someone like me who's doing this for almost 12 months now, for almost a year now, still, even I don't really get much traction on my videos. But that's fine, because all I care about is the process and just getting a little bit better, improving my life, improving my game in content creation. Just saying, don't compare yourself to these people that's so much more bigger and they've done so much more. They've just been in the game longer. That's really all it is, right? They've been in the game longer and they've just improved on it. They've improved on what they do, and eventually, with a bit of timing, a bit of luck, a bit of algorithm, and maybe a bit of other strategies. There's so many factors to this, right? Don't even forget that. There's factors like niche, there's factors like the market, the timing, all of these things that you can do all your research into, but at the end of the day, it will go where it wants to go. Listen, if you still think you could, please give me a bulletproof formula, please, to get me 100% average view duration. Give me 100% CTO on my impressions. Give me 1,000,000 views. Give me 100 million views on each video that I do, no matter what I fucking post. So long as I use the formula right, I'm gonna get this many views after this many 24 hours, and I'm gonna just ignore any other factors such as, maybe people looking at me, my appearance, my background, so many different fucking factors, like a resolution, everything plays a part. It's so many factors that you cannot control them all. You cannot measure them all. And the truth is that yet again, you don't control all the inputs, and therefore you do not control all the outputs. There's two people. YouTube is a two-player game between you and the algorithm, and that once you hand the video over to the algorithm, let the big brother do its thing. And so to kind of leave it off on a quote, just do the best you can and detach from the outcome. Because if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. And what that means is you can plan for everything you want in life, but you can't predict your next hour, how you move your next second, how you move your next week, because sometimes things happen. You oversleep, you get distracted on something, you mess up on this, you trip up on that, you maybe have a good day, better than expected. But that's life. It's not to be predicted. Just fucking live it, experience it, and do the most you can in your control and detach yourself from the outcome. Okay? Be patient and focus on the process, not the destination. All I want for you is peace of mind. All I want for you is to have longevity in the game and actually enjoy what you do, rather than thinking you need to measure your success by this and this and that and that and that, and expecting this outcome and this outcome and this applies to all of life, when you cannot predict it, when you cannot predict the future as well as you think. So I hope you can understand. I hope from this you can get a little bit of peace of mind and stop blaming yourself for everything that isn't in your control. And so with that, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.